Okay, so the platen is back on, and just a couple of notes on that. The center bolt which holds the platen on, if you have the correct bolt, it's designed to be tightened until it bottoms out. It's not an adjustment for the platen. It's to hold the platen on, and the spring tension is correct when the bolt is threaded all the way in. It doesn't have to be super tight, but it should be to the point of where it doesn't want to turn anymore. There is one other adjustment. We have reinstalled the spring, and we have reinstalled the actuating mechanism for the grippers. You can see how that's supposed to be oriented. One other little item I didn't mention during the disassembly. It's not critical when you are disassembling, but it is something you have to pay attention to. An additional bolt that I didn't identify on the left-hand side of the platen is the one right here in the picture, and that is used to take up any side play and movement in the platen mechanism. So that needs to be adjusted correctly, and what is correct is that once you can loosen the nut, back this screw out so that you can take your platen on and off easily. Once it's back installed, you slowly tighten this screw, checking the freedom of movement with your throw-off lever, and you can actually push on it with the heel of your hand back and forth to see if you've taken any side-to-side play out. Once you have that play out, you can tighten the lock nut, much like the same kind of mechanism as a platen adjusting screw. So those are the points about what the different bolts and screws do and how to adjust the platen on a jobber. This applies to the jobber number 6 and the jobber number 7. There may be some similarities to the 8, the 9, the number 18 and the 21 jobber as well. But there'll be some minor differences, such as 2 center bolts on a jobber number 7 versus 1 on the 6. And as I said, they made some design changes. One of the things they did with this screws is they made an interlock with the wedge on the inside, so a spring wasn't necessary anymore, because when you unscrewed the adjusting bolt, it brought the wedge with it, because they were interlocked on the inside versus having to be pushed back by a spring. But it is basically the same concept, and once you see how those parts are oriented and understand how they work, it's a little easier to make sure that you have yours installed correctly. I have looked into a number of jobbers under the platen, and when first looking at the press, it's seldom correct. So I guess this has been a difficult thing for press owners throughout the years, without a whole lot of instruction manuals and other things available to us today. So that's it.